This is Tan Man back at it with another airsoft video, and in this one we're going to be putting an upgraded barrel into Krytac Trident SPR I got here. So obviously in this procedure, try not to get any cat hair in the hop-up unit or the barrel assembly, especially the bucking too. Oh Milo. Couple other things we're going to throw in there is new charging handle spring. The one I had in there originally was stretched straight out, so I put a home hardware one in there, and unfortunately it's just too big. Tends to crunch. Show you what's going on with the charging handle. You pull it back, doesn't want to go all the way back. You can see when you push it back, it just crunches. You hear the spring pushing up against something. Obviously Krytac has that really nice feature where you slap the side here and you get that. That's pretty cool. So before we get started on the disassembly, let's go chronograph it and do like a 50-foot shooting test with the stock barrel, and then we'll do the same thing with the upgraded. All right, this will be the shooting test with the stock barrel. I'll take 8 shots. We're at about 50 feet. Everything's sighted in perfectly. Dot on, let's get it. Aiming for the top. That was 9 shots. We'll go with that. Super simple procedure to get the upper sear off. All you're gonna need is an Allen key. Take your Allen key out right here. Set it aside. And just push that pin out a little bit. Just like that. Flip it over to the other side. Just pull the pin out. Like that, and you just give her a little push right here, just like that. Simple as that. Now we got the part we need. Okay, first we'll pull the hop up in the barrel out of the way. Make sure you get that second spring in there. There it is. Just like that. Set that aside. We'll deal with that after. Now we'll focus on the spring. So, Phillips head. Just get you up close so you can see. Screw in there. Take the screw off, and then the charging handle will come out. Probably a longer one would make this a little easier. This nubby one's a little awkward. Okay, then you should be able to just release the charging handle, pull it right out, just like that. Don't forget that screw. Obviously we can see the issue just from the width of the spring between a proper charging handle spring and just a home hardware spring. Clearly, huge difference. Keep in mind when you install the new one, it bends down, goes that way. That's the way you want to put your screw in. So you put your screw in like this, just like that. I'm gonna have to say the easiest way to do this probably would be to install this onto your charging handle. Okay, once you got it installed onto your charging handle, then throw your screw in the spring, and then what I'm going to do is just set this up on top like this, and then I'll get this screw in place, get her threaded in. All I've done is pushed it to the point where the loop is going to sit just over the hole there, Just like that. I'm gonna put the screw in, thread it in, show you what I do. Definitely good to have a magnetic tip. Your screwdriver definitely helps. Snug it up. And then all I'm gonna do is just take the charging handle, stretch it out until I get her in. There we go. We've got a new charging handle spring. It works good. Next, we're gonna move on to setting up our barrel. So just remove your springs. Just like that. Set them aside. Now we're gonna move our hop up. So the reason I have a new hop up clip here is because, well, mine unfortunately has a crack in it. Right there. Just see it right there. So we can't have that, especially after putting a new barrel on there. That just fell right off like nothing. So you can see she's cracked. I do have some Laylacs coming from E-Vike, Laylacs clips that are specific to Krytac hop-ups, so that'll be a nice upgrade as well. So make sure you turn your hop-up all the way down to 0, just like that. We're now on 0, and now you're going to be able to push this up here like that. This should, just like that. There we go. That's how you get to your nub. This upgraded bucking kit, it does come with a flat nub, so that'll be a nice upgrade. So the stock barrel is 6.1, and the upgraded one is a 6.03, so we did go pretty tight. Okay, so comparing the two, you can really tell the difference. The slot here is a lot bigger on the type bore. And also we've got 3 slots for O-rings, so that's not bad at all. Assuming these are the O-rings, yeah, okay. Looks like we only had 2 O-rings, so I don't know if we're supposed to take this one and put it on there, put all 3 on, or just run 2. We'll see. So, I don't know if it's just my eyes, but one of these does look smaller than the other, these O-rings. So, I think what I'm going to do is just use the 2, and I'll put the tight one in the middle, and then put the bigger one on the outside here. Just run the 2. Definitely don't want to rip these. These are very light.
Small. Yeah, I guess the tight one's going there.
Just like that. Okay, let's go on to the bucking side. So to do this, you're just going to want to lube up the barrel just a little bit. Don't want to go too crazy. You do not want lube in that barrel at all, so very little bit. Just get it on your fingers. It's just going to help get that bucking on. Just like that. Just give her a little shine. Good enough. While we're at it, we're going to lube up these rings too. A little bit of lube never killed nobody. Okay, once you get it all lubed up, find your notch. Grab your bucking. Line up the notch in the bucking to the notch on the barrel. And install. Just like that. Comes to a stop, that's it. That's all you need. Done. Bucking installed. Remove our nub from the hop up, stock one. Just like that. Now the flat nub, it just sits in that groove. It rests in there. It's secured by nothing other than pushed up against the barrel. So we'll get the barrel installed on the hop up, and then we'll do the nub last. Okay, when you go to install your hop up onto your barrel, remember that little notch we were talking about? Seat the hop up, or the bucking, sorry. That notch has to face up, like that. Make sure that's nice and flush and level. Just like that, till the grooves are lined up, side to side. And if you notice, the center of this hop up, the little plastic line there, lines up exactly with the little notch. That's what you want. Now we can slap our clip on. Just like that, clipped into place. No break in there. Perfect. Okay, now we can put our flat nub in. So the way to do it is hold it like this. We'll install it. And just push it up like that. Keeping it like that the whole time. If we're finding I'm having issues, what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of oil on there to hold it. Just want to set it in there just like that. There we go. We're in. Okay, let's test her out. Seems to work. Never used a flat nub before, so we'll try it out. Okay, now that the hop up unit is completely assembled, nubs installed, clips on, O-rings are on, time to get our springs on. So we'll get this one on there. Seems to a little bit of fight getting over those washers. Come on. This one goes on no issue. Perfect. Now let's install it back into the upper receiver. Perfect, just like that. And before, the hop up was actually hitting the charging handle spring, so obviously we're off to a good start. Just take the bottom half, upper half. And we'll push, make sure that everything back here is seated nice. Put your pin in. And put your screw in. Spin her up. Test out the turn and handle spring. Perfect. Just how I like it. Test out our hop up. Perfect. Set that back to 0. We're good to go. Okay, let's do a shoot and test with the upgraded barrel now. So comparing the differences between the stock barrel and the upgraded barrel, you can see that we gained about 7, maybe 8 FPS, and at about 100 feet, we were able to consistently hit the target, no issue, but the grouping did seem to go a little all over the place. So I think a 6.03 might be a little too tight bore. I think what I'm going to try next is a 6.05. I think that might be the sweet spot. Having the flat nub hop up definitely is nice, although I feel like I have to use quite a bit of hop to get what I need in distance before it flies up in the air. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, your opinions, what you guys would do. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.